So, the American Dream had apparently started development in the late 1800s when the idea of the game was first seen with Horatio Alger. However, it was not released into the public until 1931 by James Tristol Adams. I was very impressed with this work and had many other players told me it was great, including my own parents, who were able to benefit from transferring from the Chinese server, so I decided to give this a review. When you first begin, you have to go through a 9-month loading screen in order for your character to spawn, and after you spawn in, you are automatically generated a rank using RNG. Your beginning rank determines your starting equipment and the growth of your stats and skill trees. So the higher the rank you start at, the better the starting equipment. As you can see, I was lucky and started off at a pretty high rank. However, I've heard from other users such as Gatsby that started from a low rank and had a pretty difficult time. So after you spawn in, you have to go through a tutorial for 18 levels. In the tutorial, you are automatically given 2 caretakers, and again, their competency as caretakers are again randomly generated. During the tutorial is when you can grow your skill trees, such as math or social skills, which may or may not help at later levels. To speed up this process, you can go to learning facilities in exchange for in-game hours. However, this comes at the cost of, again, your in-game hours, and may also drain away your stamina. There are also players, especially in the lower rank, that are unable to attend these learning facilities due to focusing on raising their health stat and fighting off hunger. So once you reach level 18, you have finished the tutorial, and it's at this time during the game that you're given multiple objectives that you may tackle. At first, I want to accept the Bacon Cookies objective. However, the general consensus is that the reach the highest tier objective is the most rewarding quest. So that is what I decided to do. While there are many ways to go through the ranks, the most common method is to exchange in-game hours for currency. However, my experience with this was that the tasks were extremely mundane and were very grindy. So after much time, I finally reached level 65, which is when the endgame starts. As you can see, not only have I dropped in rank from where I started, my happiness meter was also nearly at 0. So it is when you reach level 65 that your character starts to become buggy. It becomes harder and harder to do basic tasks. So as I sat in the living room, I read through other player reviews to look for where I went wrong and found other players such as, again, Gatsby and Willie Loman who had similar feelings of pointlessness. I thought that maybe this was not the right way. So when I reached level 79, my character finally crashed and I restarted with the 9-month loading screen and the tutorial again. However, this time, I chose the Bacon Cookies option and had a great time and was able to max out my happiness. So through my experience, I think the best way to play is to pick the objective you want to play, and through that, I was able to reach max happiness and I had a fun time playing. So overall, I'd give this a 6 out of 10. The idea is there, however, it is too difficult to climb through the ranks, especially compared to those that start at the top. My view is for the devs to change from the capitalist to socialist settings, so instead of randomly assigning ranks at the beginning, to instead have everyone start at the bottom.